Hello, hello. Can you all hear me? No, you can hear the music, so I've been checking on that, but can you hear me? Yes, no fish. Welcome to Hobby Time. Watching paint dry. Bearded idiot in the house. And there is my wonderful, wonderful top of my wet palette. Good evening. How are we doing? How are we doing? All good? Now the chosen topic for tonight, I will be attempting to paint. Now I don't have any illusions that I'll be getting anywhere close to anything painted fully tonight, but we'll give it a bash. I'm good. I'm good, thank you very much. I'm going to be painting Harlequins, because Harlequins. Now, I have a history with Harlequins. I started painting Harlequins a couple of years ago for DZTV's Hobbypocalypse, way back when it first started. And I kind of fell out with them, because I've not been painting for long. And I thought they sounded like a good idea. I'd test myself and sort of get into the swing of painting Harlequins. And that worked for a while. And then I realised that they really are quite tricky to paint. Except they're not. I was just going about it the wrong way. So, what else have I been doing? What else have I been doing this past week? Well, stay on target. Where are we? I have been painting Imperial Guard, mostly. Imperial Guard armour. If you've been on my Instagram account, you will have seen these guys. These guys are fantastic. They're 3D prints from the Maker's Cult, printed out by a friend of mine, and they will be subbing in for, well, that's all what they're subbing in for, Chimeras, my Necromunda force. So they are super cool. Really like the weathering on them. They've come out really well. So I've been painting them. And also, this has also been on my Instagram. I finished off this guy, which I painted on a live stream ages ago. And that needs a bit more. Okay, we'll do that now. You know, we've got paints, we've got brushes, we've got audience. Why not just finish that off now? That's a bit of the trusty brown liquid. Recipe for that should be known to you all, but if it isn't, it's Seraphim Sepia, Agrax Earthshade, and Lamium Medium in roughly equal quantities. Just get that over the. Dull that down a bit. There we go. That's better. Still looks pretty bright on the screen, but in real life it's nice and dull, like me. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So that'll be making its debut on the table at Paulfest this weekend coming up. Looking forward to that. I've never played Guard before. I don't know what they do or how many legs they're supposed to have, so it'll be an education. I've got 500 points of Guard made up. I've got 500 points of Eldar. Never played Eldar since, what, second? So I know roughly what they do, in that they charge around with aspect warriors and do nasty things to people. But I don't know what they do these days, because they went through this stint of relying on wraith constructs and all sorts. So that'll be a thing. Anyway, Harlequins. 100% Harlequins. If you've been on my Instagram, you'll have seen these guys pop up. These are my current iteration of my Harlequin scheme. So really, really simple. And when I say simple, I mean simple. That's just blending. That's literally just blending the set that's pulled off that effect. And a little bit of glitter, which you can see glitter in there. which is optional. You don't have to put that on, but I figured, you know, Harlequins are supposed to be sparkly and fabulous, so we'll go with sparkly and fabulous. Now, the idea for the scheme I got there, I mean, I was going for a sort of a sunset type of deal there. The idea for the scheme came from a jet bike which I painted ages ago, which is also on my Instagram. This thing, lovely bit of blending again with the sunset theme, but that's all. What is all that? All that is all these greased up your foot. This light's terrible today. Let's get this light sorted out. Yeah, that's slightly better. So I thought that looked really cool. So I decided to base an entire Harlequin troop on them. Now, what they've done with Harlequins these days, I really do like, because they've gone away from the whole uniformed troop, masks that all have to wear the same colours and everything like that, and you can pretty much do what you want these days, which is brilliant. So logically I've gone with the uniformed troop, because, you know, that's how my mind works. But for Harlequins these days, you've got your... what are they called? Let me just grab the Eldar codex, so I'll tell you exactly what they're called. There's 3 different things you can choose from. Sheets of Surani, Harlequins, Sadef. Yeah, so you've got a light Sadef, a dark Sadef, or a twilight Sadef, and they do different things depending. So you can do what you want with the paint jobs, it doesn't really matter at all. And the Sadef is the dance that they're doing, the roles that they're performing in the dance. So you can have Harlequins looking however you want. You can have all your Harlequins painted a different colour, doesn't matter. In fact, that could look pretty cool. Who was I talking to earlier? Talking to someone, and they said they're intimidated by Harlequins because they're never going to be able to do them justice. Now, they can be intimidating. You can get an awful lot going on with them. This is the Warlock Seer? Yes, Seer, whatever, Shadow Seer, from my my previous troop, which I'm just gonna slot him into my my current troop, and he'll be there. But, and change the base obviously, because that's a snow base, not a green base. Where was I going? Yeah, so I mean, this is stripes and things, so you can go complicated like that, a bit more like that if you want, or just pop out a basic trooper from my old mask. Simple half-half scheme, or you could do quartered, very basic colours, and together as a group they look okay. Or you could have each individual trooper a different colour, and as a unit they'll look like a riot of colour, which is what you're aiming for. Right, what have we got to paint today? I have made another version of this guy. This is the old troop master from my old mask, who I will be retiring, because as much as I like the pose, I've done a better one. And that is here. I borrowed a spear from Tree Revenants. I'll be using that as an Eldar power blade or something. Regulation fusion pistol. The other thing I noticed, part of the reason I'm starting a new mask, is that when I created these guys, everyone could have a fusion pistol and really hurt people. And with the current rules, I don't need everyone to have fusion pistols to really hurt people anymore. So and I can't have everyone with fusion pistols, so I'm having to redesign the army. So there's that. What else have we got? Oh, we got this guy. This guy was quite cool. So yeah, dark, broody, and I might actually just slot him straight into my new army as well. Not that I'm starting a Harlequin army, he says. Inevitably starting a Harlequins army soon. These are to go alongside my craft wheel Eldar. What shall we start with? Oh yes, I've got another solitaire I need to start with because that's the old one. And I don't like the way you came out, so I'm doing it again. In a bit more of a Slaneshi kind of role. So we'll see which one works better. Tuppence on the underside, otherwise they just fall over. That's the other reason I'm changing everything, because I've got magnets now, and I'm switching things slowly over to 28.5mm bases, like these guys. See the difference in base size? It's quite pronounced. Anyway, I'm going to start out by doing that. Get a bit of colour laid down on this. If you've got any questions or anything, mate, guys, just honk in chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to get on with it tonight. There's not an awful lot I need to explain. Hey Google, start the compressor. Hey Google, turn on the compressor. There we go. Eventually. Hey Wolf Corgi, how are we doing? Quins, yes, Quins are good. Quins can look very, very effective. Okay. I'm going to start out with a bit of... Where are we? Glory red? No. We want a bit of this has been undercoated with gloss for reasons which will become apparent. Scarlet red. Just get a bit of red down there as a base. Right, cool. And that is all we need. Because I have plans. Oh yes, so much plans. Right, let's get that one wiped out now. Need a tissue, there's a tissue. Necrons, oh Necrons. Are they for are you coming to Ballfest? Wolf Talk? Of course you are, yes, of course you are. Is that who you're bringing, your Necrons? It could be louder than normal, Cran. I'll turn it down a bit. There we go. There we go. Yes, I changed the track, so it might have been sampled a bit louder than it was last time. Let's clear out my airbrush. Are the levels now good for you, Crem? Hello, by the way. It's too quiet now. Oh my word. Oh my word. So this is where it starts. Right. Right, there we go. Is that alright? You're going to make me listen to it now, aren't you? Right. Tissue. I need a tissue. I need a tissue. promise these things are good and useful, because they are. Okay, right, so where are we? Gold. So that's Green Stuff World metal filter. God, the light, crazy light. Gold. Couple of blobs in there. Eagle-eyed amongst you will notice I've got masking tape on this. In a sort of a crisscross pattern, because this is going to look good. Hopefully, unless it all goes wrong, in which case it won't. Where's me? Red. No, that's purple. Red. No, that's blue. Red. That's red. You got the right army there with Necrons, and mate, for painting lots and lots of things, because you can get through them really, really quickly. In fact, these filter paints are really, really good for them. Okay. Is that red? That's red. Switch, 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 switch. There we go. And we are going to go with probably purple next. Now, you don't have to use an airbrush for this. It's a lot easier if you do, but you don't actually have to use an airbrush for this. You can use a dry brushing for this and grade it up that way, create your gradients. But I have an airbrush, which makes life much, much easier. Out that. Blue. Let's hold that up so it's actually in focus so you can see what's going on. Really, there's too much light going on here, isn't there? See if I can't knock it down a bit. There we everything's a bit oversaturated. How's that? Slightly better? Yeah, that's better. Cool. There we are. Let's see what's going on. Where was I? Blue. Blue, that was it. Right, airbrush is over there. A few spots of blue filter. Because there's an underside too. I'll probably end up doing here is spraying it all a different colour. Maybe a nice sky blue. So you get that sort of camouflage from the underside effect. Okay, I think what we're going to do now, I could just leave it there and that would certainly match what's going on there to an extent. Maybe I want to hit that up with a bit more gold. Yeah, let's do that. But let's do that in a bit. Because first I want to hit up that trailing edge with some turquoise. And I'll do that on both models actually, so they match. Where's the other one? I have another jet bike. Where's the other jet bike? I'll do all three at once. There we go. So I'll do all three at once. Way. Interference. Again, Green Stuff World. I should get sponsored by these guys, but I'm not sponsored by these guys. Oh, the world's full of injustice. Maybe one day. Maybe one day if I hit 100 subs, maybe they'll look at me. Notice me, senpai. Right, okay. So, there's some turquoise on the trailing edge. Just to lighten it back up. Wow, that's looking pretty cool. I'll put that to the side whilst I get the jet bikes done. Oh. It's been about a year since I painted these, so a bit dust encrusted. Yeah, well, look at that. Wow! Whammy. Okay, right, let's get What we're going to do with, oh, we're going to do gold next, aren't we? A little bit more gold.
Now what I could do, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it takes a long time, is I have a crazy amount of different colours of glitter, and I can add further embellishments on that blending work with the glitter. Like I said, that's not going to happen on camera. That's just asking for trouble. Okay, so a little bit more gold. Yeah. Just to take that sun up a bit. There we go. Cool. Happy bit of gold on the happy Eldar transport thing. We're not quite done with the airbrush yet. This is a bit more airbrushing to do. Oh, I messed up. I have messed up. I have messed up. Messed up is, I think, what I've done. Okay, we can fix this. Oh no, no. Let's see what comes out. This might actually be okay. Let's have a look. Peeling off the masking tape, that's very satisfying. That'll help. I think that will work. I think we're all right. Okay, so what we need to do is get a little bit more of the purple, which is the band where the diamonds fade out. And just get the diamonds properly fading out. And I think we're cool. I think that works.
Oops. Yeah, suitably Harlequin-y. Of course, if I'd really thought about it, what I could have done is done a nice white undercoat, then put the masking tape on, then gone over it in black, and then gone over it with the metallic filters. But I didn't think that, so it is what it is. And then we would have had white cross hatchings to mark out the diamonds, which would have looked much, much better. But this is how we operate. You don't come here for perfection, or if you do, honestly, why? Yeah, I'm liking the look of that. That's kind of cool. Get the rest of the model built up. Give that a nice big gloss, good coat of gloss first before we do anything else. No, I'm not going to do anything else with that now. So I'll give it a good coat of plastic coat off camera, and that'll be happy, and I'll be happy, and everyone will be happy. Hopefully. You all happy? Sure, why not? Okay, right, let's get this airbrush cleaned out, because now we're going to get on with the... Right. Am I going to do my solitaire or my troop master? Who you'll notice is on a base that is far too big, because frankly when I put the miniature together I was having to bend space-time to get the centre of gravity right for him to stand up on a 25mm base, and I eventually thought, you know, hell with it. It's only really the tournament players that complain about base size. So the rest of us, size isn't important. And if it really comes down to that extra, what, 7mm, then I'll just take it off the tape measure. It's not a problem. Not a problem. And I don't think a battle's ever going to come down to how many miniatures you can get around my troop master. If it does, again, I can put a proxy base down and do it that way. Not an issue. But you know, the tournament crowd, they love getting upset about these things. I would much rather have a cool miniature that is able to stand up than worry about an extra 7mm and the implications on a game. Right, okay. Cool. We are about to start. Oh, the Discord membership link thing, which I normally put up. I'm going to put that up now and you'll see why. It's in the description for the video. Because that's a lot easier to do than mucking around trying to copy out a link from my video. Put it in the description. It'll only last 7 days. So do it now, forever hold your pee. Right, which of these should I do, people? I'm going to I'm going to zenithal them both. So while you're deciding, cool. Let's give them the grey from beneath, just to get some colour and definition on there. Now the thing is with Harlequins, you kind of need... What am I doing? Yeah, with Harlequins you really do need a solid sort of bright undercoat, otherwise the colours just won't come through. So, and again we're overexposed. I don't know what's going on with the lighting today. It's not normally this bad, is it? Oh, of course. That's where the light's coming from top. There we go. So any advance on what I'm doing? Am I doing my Troop Master, or am I doing my Solitaire? Troop Master, Solitaire. Somebody make a call. I can't be expected to do all the work here, come on. Troop Master, alright. Like I say, I'm just going to get this zenithal and then I'll start on the Troop Master. Wowie. I wonder. Bear with me a second. What this thing look like? Is that going to improve matters? No, it's just massively overexposed. How's that? Is that any better? Yeah, that's slightly better. Let's just drop this one down as well. There we go. Maybe just up a touch. But yeah, you want as bright a white as you can, so you get the brightest colours out of it. Okay, Troop Master. Too late, Jamie. Snooze you lose, bud. Snooze you lose.
I'll paint the solitaire at some point. Right, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this guy? I mean, I could do another blendy scheme, but I kind of want him to look a little bit different to the basic troopers. So what can I do? Oh, I know. Right, okay. That's what we're doing. Right, okay. So we need a little bit of, so we'll put some white ink in there already. So we just kind of want a bit of eek. Come on. A little bit of yellow. The yellow needs a bit of a shake. Mix that in. More yellow going on there. So this is all Liquitex ink. And down a bit his legs a bit more. Again, you could do this with dry brushing, which is probably a lot easier at this point. Oh, this guy's foot. This guy's foot. I had to rebuild this guy's foot from scratch when I did this earlier. And I took him off his, because I've repositioned him. His foot's normally on the rock at the bottom there, and he's sort of vaulting off, being a little bit sort of not that interesting. Is that the? No, that's the Potrex instructions. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to look like, guy in the middle there, and it's just a little bit sort of static and meh. So I thought, okay, what can we do with that? Bend it and do something completely different. So I did. And I think we've ended up with a much more dynamic style. I'm just giving my airbrush a bit of a clean, because the yellow is coming about a bit pale. I want a bit more richness to it. Ink a good shake.
hopefully this will do the business. There we are. Getting a bit more depth to the yellow. On that foot that I had to rebuild, because I'm a hand-fisted idiot. Again, it's all kinds of pale and washed out there. I think the white balance is really, really off on this camera. Let me just see if I can knock that back with the camera settings a bit. Figure video. Raise the saturation a bit. That's a little bit better. Brightness down. Contrast up a touch. White balance. Yeah, that looks about right. Just blurry now. There we are. There we are. See? Much better. And that's pretty much what it looks like in real life, at least on my monitor. Okay. Just cleaning out my airbrush again because I don't want. I'm going to put some green blue on now, and I don't want it to turn green. Oh, I do like Harlequins, they're really, really fun. I like Cirque du Soleil with knives. What's that? That's blue. Let's give this a bit of a... Right, I've not tried this blue before, so it might be a bit violent. Have I got a test menu? Yes, I've got a test menu. Come here, Plague Marine. Let's see what the blue does to you. I'll call you Bob the Plague Marine. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a bit. Well, man, that's certainly blue. Hooey. Yeah, okay, we can work with that. Right. And I've just realised what this looks like. That wasn't deliberate, honestly. But you know what?
Get that there. Let's get that whitened up a little bit. Right, the idea here was not Ukrainian flag. The idea here was sunrise rather than sunset. But you know, I'm okay with it. Cool. Right, I want a tiny little bit of what do I want a tiny little bit of? I want a tiny little bit of that's purple. I haven't got any purple ink, so I'm going to use that's high level blue, that's not the one I want. Hive Dweller purple. It's big bang. Because I've not actually used these through an airbrush yet. I want to see how they come out. Cool. There we are. Sunrise. In the morning, Sunday. Ooh, and actually, no, he's no. Let's not sing his stuff. That man has well and truly fallen from grace. Cleany airbrush. Right, are we done with the airbrush? I think we possibly are. I think we're on to the interesting bit. That is blocking in white so that I can do other colours and stuff. But you can absolutely do that with a dry brush. You absolutely can. It's just that I haven't. I've done it with an airbrush because I've got an airbrush. Get an airbrush, they're really cool. Right, hey Google, turn off the compressor. Sip more tea.
Got it. Turn the compressor off.
Right. Now, because he's got kind of bright coloured legs, I'm thinking the inside of his jacket kind of needs to be a contrasty type colour, so I'm going to do that. Huh. I don't know. Maybe red? Red would kind of work. Let's do red.
Actually, I'll throw it up to the audience. Inside of his coat thing. What colour? To contrast against his legs. No. I've got an idea. Right. We're going to go with a contrast paint that nobody in their right mind ever uses. If I can find it. Oh, actually. No, we won't use that. We'll use. Now, if you're after an authentic sort of hanging around with me whilst I'm painting, this is exactly what you're getting. Warts and all. Right. No, can't find it. Where is it? No, that's not it. Why is it I can never find what I'm looking for? Because you don't tidy up, maybe, that's why. Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, it's going to have to be plan B in a minute. I don't want to do plan B. Plan B won't look so good. Bonkers, I can't have used it all because nobody uses it for anything because it's just a terrifying colour. Is that it? No, that's not it. Right, plan B. Plan B. We're going to use a contrast paint I've not used before, just to fully embrace that terror. Is that it? No, that's not it. Where's that gone? It's somewhere and it's watching me. I know. It's watching me. There it is! Ha 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 ha! I found you. I found you. Right. Games Workshop's scariest contrast paint. This stuff is nuts. Leviathan Blue. Leviathan Blue. Leviathan Blue. Answers on a postcard. Gotta stop using my airbrush because my water jar is getting a bit full. I'm just cleaning my brush a bit. Right, okay. You're about to see why this is a scary, scary colour. Because it has pigment for days. It's just bonkers. But it's beautiful. I'm just paranoid that I'm going to clip one of the legs, because that would be an awful thing to happen. See, the sensible way to approach this would have been sub-assemblies, but I've never been one for being sensible. and I grew up with lead miniatures, and there was very often no such thing as sub-assemblies. So if you had to get to the cloak, you had to get to the cloak and use the old ways, come at it out of the mist. There's a film reference for you. Right. Nice midnight blue. Okay, I'm going to get out to a smaller brush. So excuse me while I concentrate a little bit, otherwise I'm going to end up with Leverden blue all over my careful blending work. Careful. There's no care to it involved. There's just airbrush. The airbrush literally does all the work. So far as I can understand from the Eldar Codex, you don't. The Sadath is just the dance that the troops performing. So I mean, this could do for the light Sadath, and this being sort of twilight, sort of dusk, would do for dark, or some sort of the what's the neutral one called? Anyway, twilight. Twilight. There we go. There. Don't know what colour I'm going to do as coat though, but it's not going to have sleeves, I don't think. I think I'm going to leave the blue of the jumpsuit poking through the sides. So I might go with a really light colour like white, I guess. But generally, when you see a troop master or high avatar, as they used to be called, they tend to have dark coloured coats, if I recall. Let's go with red. A nice rich red colour. Put that scary, scary Leviathan blew away. I don't even know why they call that a contrast. It's not actually done anything contrast-like. It's just covered for days. It's a base paint. It's a base paint. All day long. Right, okay. I know. This is blood red. Army painter speed paint. And this just demonstrates you don't need to be particularly fiddly about the paint schemes. You can just block it in and it will look more or less okay. Let's get that going up the back there as well. Straight over the blue, because the blue will create purple, which is a natural shade colour for red. There we are. Nice rich Ringmaster red coat. I mean, that red pops, it really does. This is fast becoming a favourite red for me, I think. It was Games Workshop's Flesh Tearers red, which is still a really, really good paint. But I'm really liking how this these army paints are coming out. Like I say, they've got their limitations. They have a tendency to reactivate and everything if you're not careful. But once you know about the limitations, they're okay to work with. And I have found that for some reason, and I very much doubt it's intentional, the army painter paints, as in regular army painter war paints, have a tendency not to reactivate the speed paint so much. That could be confirmation bias, I don't know. It just seems to be my experience so far. I've experienced fewer problems. One thing I noticed about these speed paints is they don't tear as much as contrast paints if you go over them more than once in a certain time. That's a nice red colour. reach for the white ink. Get a bit of actual clean water there. Bubble of clean water. Because when you're working with white, you want, it almost goes without saying, you want as clean a brush as you can and to use as clean water as you can, because any contamination that sneaks into your white can end up ruining the effect. But we're not painting white at the moment, actually. Shall we? You know what? Let's use some Corax white, which isn't a white, it's off-white. But this stuff has crazy coverage. That's still coming to a point. That's good. Because all my masks well, my troopers have white masks and white shoulder pads. I want to try and continue that theme on the High Avatar Troop Master. And Corax white will just go over any colour and not really care. That's really, really good coverage. Even when watered down slightly, let's see. How are we doing for time? I mean, I said I wasn't going to get an entire Harlequin painted tonight because these do take a little bit of time. I just wanted to demonstrate basically that they're not actually that complicated. They're just a miniature. Paint sticks to them, same as any other. And that you don't need to go down the route of diamonds and stripes and fiddly freehand nonsense to produce striking miniatures that look like Cirque du Soleil with knives. Having been to see Cirque du Soleil, the thought of them having knives is really quite terrifying. Can't remember what the performance was I went to see, Egg or something. It's all jungle themed and weird. Very Canadian. Canadians are a beautiful people, but they are very weird. Blocking in that with the white colour. I'm going to do the same with the crest on his headdress. Then your paints, and that's why they go further. all very quiet in chat. I take it you're hobbying away happily. Mick, I know you're up to your knees in, possibly up to your eyes in Oryx at the moment. Because not being content with having bought all of the Stormcast in the entire world ever, of course he had to go out and buy all of the Oryx in the world ever as well. And I'm pretty sure I saw some oh, what are the bony ones called? Oceanic Bone Reapers. Sure I saw some of those the other day as well. So I don't know what Mick does for a living, but I want a bit of it because he must be on crazy money. Me being a lowly civil servant, I can't afford that kind of stuff. But then you don't join the civil service for the money, you do it for yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. Blocking in the hair with residential project manager with a credit card. Not for long, dude. Not for long. Shoulder pads. What's going on there? I can't quite see. Ah, right, all right. See, this is the downside to dropping the light levels so much, and I can't really seem to paint as well. And I can just about see, so I'll carry on. The show must go on. The show must go on. Some actual light in there. National award-winning project management. Well, there we go. Blow your own trumpet. You don't get awards in the civil service, the managers get them. I'm not a manager, I'm in the trenches. some ink on this in a minute and it'll all start making sense. Right. He's hoping anyway. He's hoping. Right, inks. Inks, 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 inks. Ah. Ooh. Right, okay. Drinky violet. Purple ink. Purple ink. Purple ink. We're gonna use purple. Yeah, let's use purple. Why not? We still got some white in there. Not what we want. No, it's not what we want. Right. Okay. Let's get a bit more water in there. Drinky violet. Picking all the detail out of this belt because I'm going to be painting it black in a minute, but hey. Tricky violet over all that blue. See if that's working or not. So there's a lot that I have to look up to the screen to see what's going on. Right. Two weeks for a whole bunch of Harlequins is good going, mate. And good evening. Right. Okay. So that's a bit of shading that's happened there. Where is that's Aunt Kellen? What colour is Aunt Kellen green? Ooh, we like that.
We like that. That is a colour we like. Where can we put that? A bit of shading with that. That's a fantastic colour. Look at that. Blends like a trooper. On a trooper. There we go. See, not all airbrush. Demonstrating I can wet blend too. There we are. Lovely. Right. Smell went at work, but I've got a new ink. And we're going to use it. This is Fuegan Orange. I'm just going to. Oh God, that's too much. Get the outlines done in around the knee pad here, where the yellow transitions to the blue. Oops. Messed up a little bit there. So just get some plain water on there. And you can, if you're quick, fix a multitude of sins. Fuegan Orange around the edge of the knee pads. Studs on the legs just to add a little bit of detail, added interest. They're there, they are detail, you may as well make a feature of them. I mean, I can barely see them. Can you see them? Yes, you can sort of almost see them. Oh, that works a lot better. Get that tricky violet in there as well, because that's just where it turns into the blue there. Get some more of that in there. Now, what I was looking for when I found the Akellan green was Drakenhof Nightshade.
blue ink, water that down quite a bit. I'm going to go over the mask. I'm going to pick out all the details in a way that won't completely destroy the white look of the mask. I'm also going to go over the shoulder pads. See that there? There's a little bit of that reactivation of the red there. We're not going to worry too much because a little bit of colour bleed on a Harlequin ain't too bad. It adds to the sort of glowy feel, I think. Of course, once it's dry, you can go back in there with some white and pick out the highlights like you would do with a face. You've just gone over with Harlequins flesh wash. Yeah, let's go with that. Right, reaching for black Templar. Just going over that belt. But we're not touching that gem yet. Okay, how are we doing for time? Well, depending on how the paint dries, yes, let's go over that gem. He says, having just done it. Depending how the paint's drying, because I'm about to start on a few bits of metallic here and there. I might have a quick go at the gem for you. Show you how I attack a gem. What colour am I doing my gems on these guys? Red soul gems, okay. Well, that's because these ones are blue, you see? But seeing as there's an awful lot of blue going on this, and there's an awful lot of blue going on here, the red actually works better. Let's get a bit more white going on the mask. Has the ink dried? Not quite. Let's get that back on there then. Just waiting for the belt to dry. I can still be able to see a bit of shine on it. And your wicker brush. Now this is something I do recommend using inks for, because they naturally blend. And they naturally go on thin. Ink is still a little bit too wet. This is the problem. Yeah, the ink's still too wet on that. How are we doing on that? So, bit of a tide mark there. Let's see if I can rub that out a bit. So this is just a little bit of white ink, most of it rubbed off. Just stippling it in, because there was a bit of a tide mark. There we are. There we are, lovely. Give that left leg a bit of a stipple as well, just to mucking stuff up at the last minute. Yeah, it looks like clouds at Beirut. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. What shall we use? What shall we use? To try and use Citadel paints where I can. So I'm going to use... Oh, I haven't got a decent silver, you see. For Citadel. Because Citadel don't do a decent silver. Let's see what we got. Have we got any lead belcher? That's not really bright enough, is it? No, we're going to have to reach two. Not that. Could use that. Silver, could use that. There we are. Bright metal, you say? Okay, could do that. This stuff is mental. It legit looks like metal. Because, you know, it's made with metal. That's going on the gem. A bit of dry brushing going on there with the because there's a little bit of detail to either side of the gem, which is going to get lost with the black otherwise. So stuff isn't the easiest paint to work with. You've got to work really fast because it's I think it's an enamel. Certainly behaves like an animal and walks like an enamel, quacks like an enamel. So it's probably enamel or a deep cover Spetsnaz operative, one or the other. Because it's enamel, you need a tiny spot of white spirit. Clean the brush. Right. What we're going to do, what we're going to do, what we're going to do, what we're going to do. Right, okay, so we've got a nice metallic finish on that gem, which looks dreadful on camera. But you know, you're not supposed to look at these miniatures right up close, right? So I'm going to get some Flesh Tearers red. A little spot of that Fuegan. Fuegan orange is still there, isn't it? Oh, that's got white spirit in it, isn't it? Yeah, alright. I'll just pop that on the gem. Because you've got a metallic underneath, you'll get an instant sort of gem-like effect. But there are a few things you can do to set it off. Okay, so there's a decent base coat for the gem. Well, what is going on with that? Okay. Right. I'm going to hit that with some Knoll in a minute. But first, why was I using the big brush for that? Oh, bonkers. Right, what do we need? We need Rhinox. Boop, 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 boop. There we are. Which is a nice reddy brown colour. Now gems are weird, because from the direction of the light there is a dark point, a dark sheen to the gem on that side of things, which is what the Rhinox is for. I can't actually see the end of my brush. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do not get old. Right, so that's darkened down one side of the gem. You can see that. And you can just about. And the other side, there is a corresponding light side. force. There's a dark side and a light side, and you know the rest. Right, so I'm going to use a bit of orange because I don't have a Games Workshop orange. I'm using lava orange from Army Painter, and you don't need much at all, which is why I was just dipping the paintbrush on the end of the thing there. And on the other side of the gem, you just add in a little bit of light area, like so. And maybe go over that a tiny smidge with the flash terror again, just to blend it in. Okay, we've got issues on the palette because we've got white spirit all around there. The white spirit and things. Water did not play well. Alright, so we're adding a little bit of water to that, just to create a glaze. And right over the middle, up there, between the two colours, between your light and dark, you just fill in the red glaze again. And then, once you've got your 3 shades, you see that? A tiny little spot of white, teeny tiny spot of white, and on the darkest point of the gem, this is where it all goes wrong because I can't actually see what I'm doing. Darkest point of the gem, a little spot of reflected light. So that's not working too well with the ink actually. That's not actual paint. Army Painter Black Matte White is a fantastic white colour. Certainly the best out of a pot killer I've found for white. Right. There we go. Possibly a little bit on the big side, but you know, close enough for rock and roll, eh? And if you really want to sell it, just drag that around the edge of the gem a little bit. Give it a bit more sort of a... And then you wait for that to dry. And add a nice big blob of that on it. And boom, gem. Nice thin coat of that. Should now be nice and dry. Where did I put the paintbrush there now? Not that paintbrush, I know where that paintbrush is, so just put that one down. The other one that was off screen. So you didn't know where it was either, so you know. Can't claim that on me. Just pop that straight down. Thick as you like. On top of that gem. Boom. Soul gem. So I hope that, if that was useful, if nothing else. Also, top tip, don't eat varnish. What was that? A colour green. That's a really exciting colour. I'm going to try and do some more with that. It's another vibrant sort of turquoisey colour. Let's get back in there so I can get a bit more shadow. Blending going on. So, okay, so it's taken about 2 hours to get here, but he's certainly getting there, I think, and not a checker pattern in sight. That blend really does look bad, really does. Keep him focused. I don't think that looks too bad for 2 hours work. Obviously he's a long way from finished, but I'll get him done over the next couple of days. And he should, hopefully, stick a few decals down there and here, there and everywhere. Hopefully he should be ready for Pullfest. Not that I'm going to use him because, you know, that's like clubbing seals. But yeah. Harlequins, ladies and gentlemen. So I think I'm going to call it there. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you've learned stuff. If only what not to do. Like, you know, don't eat varnish. If you like what I do and you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep abreast of what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. It really does help the channel. Please like and drop comments if you can once this is up, and I'll always try and answer comments if I can. And if you really like what I'm doing, I do have a number of options for dropping me a tip if you feel like it. They'll be in the details for this video once it's up. Okay, so I'm going to call it there. Once again, thanks you all for dropping by, and for those who are already subscribers, and Mick particularly, who's actually a Patreon subscriber. Thank you very much for your support. It does mean an awful lot to me. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to drop off right about now, so bye-bye.